There are billions of resources on the internet. Sometimes it's hard to know what you should trust. This tutorial will help you understand how to evaluate information found on the internet, define the term URL, and identify the various types of websites and their purpose. This tutorial is intended to help students establish a set of criteria for evaluating information they found on the internet. It will also help them identify the common types of URLs. Of course, in your research, you will encounter an infinite number of internet resources. They can be wonderful resources for research papers, but the fact is that anyone can publish anything on the web. So don't believe everything you read. It's up to you to critically evaluate the quality of the material on the web. This can sometimes be difficult when there's so much information available. Use the following checklist to make sure an internet resource is appropriate for your research. By checking for these 6 things, you determine if a website provides reliable information that you can use for your research, or if the source of the information is biased or unreliable. Let's take a closer look at each one. Accuracy. It's easy to tell right away if a website is not accurate when many words are misspelled or the text is written more like a personal opinion than fact. But what about a website that's well written and seems to have all the facts? Part of doing research is to verify that what someone is writing about is really true or factual. This means you should look at multiple sources to see if they present the same facts. Make sure your facts are on target by checking the accuracy of the facts you take from a website. Authority. It's important to know who the information is coming from. Many times you will have a reliable organization that allows someone to buy space on their server, and the information the person puts on the internet may not be reliable. You need to determine who the author of the information is and what his or her credentials or qualifications are. Just because a website looks professional and the information seems to be well written, it doesn't mean the person writing the information had the education and training that would make them credible sources of information. Objectivity. You need to ask yourself, what is the purpose of the information on this website? Are they trying to inform, persuade, sell something? Do they provide balanced information and cover both sides of an issue? Does the information show minimum of bias? Often a website that may seem fair at first may have an agenda to convince the reader of their point of view. This works well if the readers understand that this is the purpose of the site and uses the information accordingly. Currency. You've probably heard the saying, time is money. In this case, currency doesn't refer to money, but it does indicate the value of the information. Currency refers to how current or recent the information is. Currency becomes especially important in doing research about recent events. You want those materials that present the most recent research done on your topic. You can then compare the recent thoughts to what was written previously. Coverage. How much information does your source present? Is the information broad in scope, or does it focus on one specific aspect of the subject? Does it address a topic from a certain time frame and/or geographic area? Depending on your research, you may need information sources that are more or less specific. For general information, you may use an encyclopedia or popular e-magazine. If you need more in-depth information, you may go to a subject-specific website or access an online scholarly journal through one of the university databases. You need to determine your information needs and then find resources that will provide the right kind of information to adequately cover your topic. Types of URLs. A URL is a website address. It stands for Uniform Resource Locator. There are many different types of URLs, and when you learn what kind of information they provide, then you can determine which ones are best for your research. Here are the most common types of web addresses. .edu refers to a U.S. college or university. .cc state.us refers to a community college. K12.state.us refers to a school with grades K through 12. .gov refers to a government agency official organization. .com refers to a business or commercial enterprise. .org refers to an organization or an unrestricted domain. .mil refers to a military site. And .net refers to a network, administration, organization, or an unrestricted domain. Some websites provide information or news. Some attempt to influence public opinion or persuade the reader to agree with a certain point of view or sell a product. Some are meant to entertain, and others are simply personal pages. More and more people are choosing to embed their own personal pages into other websites, which blurs the lines of the website's purpose and the validity of the website's information. It can be overwhelming when you realize how much information is out there, but now you have the tools to navigate it all and choose what is best for you. Thanks for learning about how to evaluate URLs. Remember that you can review the tutorial anytime on the library website, and if you have more questions, then ask your library liaison or the reference desk.